பயாலஜியின் தமிழ் கோர்வை சேனல் சார்பாக அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். என் பெயர் கண்ணதாசன். In this video I am going to present Taxonomy and Systematic Botany Part 5. The link for the video 1 to 4 given in the description. I request all the students to go through those videos so that you are get connected with Part 5. The subtopic that we are going to learn in this lesson, in this video, are types of classification, artificial system of classification, and natural system of classification. These topics are coming under State Board Book 11th Standard Botany Volume 1 Lesson 5, and this is related to Chapter 1 11th Standard CBSE book, Biology book. I request all the students to take the textbook, go to the particular page, take the notes taking notebook and pen. Every slide carries some important information. Please take note of it. It will be very useful for you for your revision towards your examination. You cannot go through the entire book during the day before examination. You have to just go through the hints that you have taken so that you are able to just refresh all the concepts. This video also going to be accompanied by one Google Doc form question paper which consists of 20 MCQ and also 2 2 mark, 2 3 mark and 2 5 mark. The MCQ will be meant for exclusive NEET student and board student. The descriptive meant for board student. The students can write their answer in the separate notebook and you can do self-correction. You have to enter your email ID and WhatsApp number. You are able to attend all the questions. For MCQ, immediate result you are able to see, and also you are able to see the answers. I hope this video will be very useful for you. It will be very useful for you to attend the Google Doc form question paper also. I wish all the students to get full mark in that Google Doc form question paper. In order to get full mark, you have to stay with the video till the end to grasp all the concepts. If you like this video, please press the like button, share this video to all your friends, comment on it. Subscribe our Biology in Tamil Korvai channel. Press the bell icon to receive the notification as and when we publish the videos. Now let us enter into this video. First, we are going to learn about types of classification. Write the types of classification can be asked in 3 mark question. What are the various types of classification? Taxonomic entities are classified in 3 ways, 3 major ways. They are artificial system, 1 mark, natural system, 1 mark, phylogenetic system, 1 mark. These are the 3 methods or 3 types of classification. Artificial system of classification we are going to learn now. Given account on artificial system of classification can be asked in 5 mark question. Why it is called as artificial system? Because it consists of only one or few character based on which the entire classification is established. That's the reason why it is said to be artificial. The plants are brought artificially together based on that one or two characters. Say example, I'll tell you one example here. Based on the height of the plant, can we classify the plants and say the herbs are primitive, shrubs are little bit advanced and trees are well advanced? Can we say like that? It's not possible, because if you take the Wolfia, a very tiny plant, it is coming under Dicotyledon, highly advanced group of plants. So it is very artificial in nature based on the height. So that is also one of the system of classification at one point of time in the course of or in the history of the development of classification. I think you would have understood the artificial system of classification now. Carolus Linnaeus classification also said to be the artificial system. because he considered the number of stamens primarily to classify the plants. Based on the number of stamens, he classified the plants. So it is said to be the artificial system. Artificial system based on one or few characters, that's all. Okay. Carolus Linnaeus was a great Swedish botanist and said to be the father of taxonomy. Why this credit is given to him? Because he introduced the binomial system of nomenclature. Binomial system of nomenclature. It was first introduced by Gaspard Bauhin and meaningfully applied by Carolus Linnaeus. That is a great work. That's the reason why he is called as father of taxonomy. He outlined an artificial system of classification in Species Plantarum in 1753. One more question. Species Plantarum. In this book, Species Plantarum, he listed and described 7,300 species in 1753. Imagine such a great work. Though it is not followed today, but still studying 7,300 species in 1753 year, it's unimaginable, and arranged them in 24 classes, mostly on the basis of. So, on what basis is classified the plants? Can be asked in 3 mark question. Number of stamens, union, addition and cohesion. Cohesion, cohesive force. What is cohesive force? The attraction between the same molecules. In the same way, the union within the members of the same whorl is called as cohesion. You see, all the stamens are joined, united, so it is called as cohesion. Understood? Addition, when two different whorls are united, the members of the two different whorls are united, then it is called as addition. Okay, so it is like adhesive force. The two different molecules attract each other, then it is called as adhesive force. Based on that only here cohesion and addition terms are used. Based on the length of the filament, distribution of stamens, and also based on the corpal characteristics. So these are the basis for classifying the plants. So he is sticking on to two whorls only in a flower, not giving importance to any other character of a plant. But recent classification based on even the vegetative characters. Almost all the characters studied, maximum number of characters taken into account to classify the plants. Are you clear? So hence the system of classification, because he was sticking on to the androecium and gynoecium. His system of classification also said to be the sexual system of classification. Sexual system of classification. So the question can be asked, why artificial system of classification is known as sexual system of classification in 3 mark question. This system of classification, though artificial, was continued for more than 100 years. More than 100 years after the death of Linnaeus. So the question can be raised here, 1 mark. Why more than 100 years Linnaean system of classification was followed? Due to its simplicity, the reason, and easy way of identification of plants. Right? So these are the reasons. What are the reasons for which Linnaean system is not followed today? 3 mark question. Totally unrelated plants were kept in a single group. I brought some shapes here for you to understand in a better way. Each shape represents one plant, you imagine. Then unrelated shapes are brought in a single group. That's not a better method of classification. And also, closely related plants were placed in a widely separated groups. So closely related shapes, circles, are placed in a two different groups because they have different colors. You see the star-shaped structure placed in a different groups. Likewise, the plants are also closely related plants are placed in a widely separated groups. Here the examples are given. Zingiberaceae of monocotyledons and anacardiaceae of dicotyledons. Zingiberaceae of monocotyledons and anacardiaceae of dicotyledons. See, one is belonging to the monocotyledon and another one is belonging to dicotyledons. Okay, but still they are placed in a single class, same class, because they consist of only one stamen. It is monandria. Since they possess single stamen, monandria, single stamen, monandria. So one dicotyledon group and one monocotyledon group brought under the same class called as monandria. So this is the reason. This is one of the demerit of Linnaean system of classification. Prunus was classified along with cactus because of the same number of stamens. Number of attempts, there is no attempts were made to classify the plants based on either natural or phylogenetic relationship which exist among the plant groups. So no attempts were made in the natural way or in a phylogenetic way. It means though the plants are having the phylogenetic relationship, it is not established. It is not taken into account. So these are the demerits of Linnaean system of classification. 24 classes recognized by Linnaeus in his Species Plantarum 1753 on the basis of the stamens. So the question can be asked, tabulate the artificial system in 5-mark question. In State Board book, 5 classes are given: monandria, diandria, triandria, tetrandria, pentandria. You see the prefix mono, di, tri. All refers the number of stamens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very easily you can write 1 stamen, monandria, 2 stamen, diandria, 3 stamen, triandria, 4 stamen, tetrandria, 5 stamen, pentandria. And I would like to bring it here. Other classes also for your better understanding. Exandria, 6 stamens. Heptandria, 7 stamens. Octandria, 8 stamens. Enandria, 9 stamens. Decandria, 10 stamens. Dodecandria, 11 to 19 stamens. Echosandria, stamens 20 or more. Stamens 20 or more. On the calyx, they are present on the calyx. Here I drew 2 calyx. If I drew 20, that is 2 stamens. 20 stamens I drew here, you may be confused. So number you consider 20 on the calyx for Echosandria or Ichosandria. Stamens 20 or more on the calyx. 13th one, polyandria, stamens 20 or more on the receptacle. On the receptacle, 20 or more on the receptacle. Didynamia, stamens didynamous. It means based on the filament length, 2 short and 2 long filaments. Filaments are present as the stalk of the anther in stamen. Tetandria, stamens tetradynamous, 4 long filaments and 2 short filaments. Monadelphia, stamens in monadelphus. All the stamens are united together in one group, one bundle. It is called as monadelphia. Diadelphia, stamens diadelphus, united in 2 groups. 9+1 arrangement in Fabaceae. Right. Polyadelphia, stamens or polyadelphus, united in 3 or more in groups. Suppose you take Ricinus communis. Polyadelphous stamens are present. Numerous bundles are present. Right? Then it is called as polyadelphia. Syngenisia, stamens syngenesious, united by anthers only. Filaments are free. Then it is called as syngenesia. Gynandria, stamen united with gynoecium. Monaceae, plants monaceous. It means both that is unisexual flowers are present on the same plant. Then it is called as monaceous. Dioecious, plants dioecious in nature. It means male flower present in a separate plant and female flower present in a separate plant. Then it is called as dioecious, coming under the class Dioecea. Polygamia, plants polygamous. It means all the 3 types of flowers, male flower, female flower and bisexual flowers. All the 3 types of flowers present on the same plant, then it is called as polygamous category. Cryptogamia, flowerless plants. Are you clear? Then it is coming under cryptogamia. These are the 24 groups, right? Based on numbers, first 13 groups. 14th and 15th based on the length of the filaments, that is didynamia and tetradynamia. 16 to 20 based on the addition and cohesion of the, that is, stamens and also stamen with gynoecium. 21 to 24 based on the sex distribution, right? So these are the basis for classifying the 24 classes. 7,300 plants are that is placed in 24 classes based on only these four characteristic feature. That's the reason why Linnaean system is said to be the artificial system of classification. Now we are going to learn about natural system of classification. Given account of natural system can be asked in one 5-mark question, in which a lot of 3-mark, 2-mark and 1-mark can be asked. Botanist who came after Linnaeus realized that no single character, number of stamen alone, that is one of the character, number of stamen, no single character is more important than the other characters. Very clear? So all characters, almost all characters should be taken into account to classify the plants. So naturally the plants are coming together. That's the reason why it is called as natural system. Accordingly, an approach to a natural system of classification sprouted in France country. You have to remember one more question. The first scheme of classification based on overall similarities was presented by Antoine Laurent de Jussieu in 1789. Along with the year, please remember. Bentham and Hooker system of classification. Bentham and Hooker system of classification, a widely followed natural system of classification considered the best. Right? Widely followed system of natural system of classification considered the best. That is Bentham and Hooker system. That is the reason why a detailed account on Bentham and Hooker system of classification given in our book. Proposed by two English botanists, Bentham and Hooker. George Bentham, 1800 to 1884, his lifetime, 84 years. For some reason, I counted the number of years here. I bringing it here for you to, that is just to motivate you. Joseph Dalton Hooker, 1817 to 1911, 94 years he lived. Adding this two persons' lifetime, 178 years multiplied by 365 days of a year. So 64,970 days they lived separately. I brought this number of days here in order to motivate you in some ways. Write note on genera plantarum. The question can be asked because Bentham and Hooker published their work in genera plantarum only. Carolus Linnaeus published his work in species plantarum. The same way genera plantarum notes can be asked. The classification was published in 3-volume work as Genera Plantarum, 1862 to 1883, describing 202 families and 7,569 genera. Number of species, 97,205 species. So they lived for 64,000 and odd days, but studied 97,205 species. Unimaginable, So such a great work. Even if you take one plant per day, just they did not studied by picture. They studied actual specimen, students. Actual specimen. Very clear? So one specimen a day, if you consider 97,205 species exceeding their lifetime, both of their lifetime. That is the reason why I added their number of days they lived together. Very clear? So it is one of the extraordinary work. Likewise, you should also work. That is the reason why I brought it here. Right? You have to work for more number of hours. Okay. What are the classes of Bentham and Hooker system? Can be asked in 3-mark. There are 3 classes. Dicotyledonnae, first class. Gymnospermae, second class. Monocotyledonnae, third class. Class 1 Dicotyledonnae, write note, 3-mark question. Plant contain, you see, many characters are considered to classify or to bring the plants under Dicotyledonnae. 2 cotyledons, primary character. Reticulate venation in the leaves, second character. taproot system, third character, tetramerous and pentamerous flowers. The number of members in each whorl should be either 4 or 5. 4 or multiples of 4. 5 or multiples of 5. Pentamerous flowers come under this class. Are you clear? Then it is coming under the group called as Dicotyledonnae. So to bring the plants in Dicotyledonnae, many characters are considered, you see. Dicotyledonnae, 2 cotyledons. It consists of 3 subclasses, students. First one is Polypetalae. Second one is Gamopetalae. Third one is Monochlamydeae. Subclass 1 Polypetalae. 3 more question. Plants with free petals and dichlamydeous. What is dichlamydeous? The calyx and corolla are distinctly present. Calyx green in color, corolla brightly colored. Then it is said to be dichlamydeous flower. If the plants are having free petals with distinguishable calyx and corolla, then it is coming under Polypetalae. It is further divided into 3 series. They are Thalamiflorae. You can see the free petals here. Free petals here. Okay. Free petals here. Thalamiflorae, Disciflorae and Calyciflorae under Polypetalae. Series 1 Thalamiflorae. 3 more question. We are now going to learn only Thalamiflorae characteristic features. Plants having flowers with dome or conical shaped thalamus and superior ovary are included in this series. It includes 6 orders and 34 families. So, dome shaped or conical thalamus. Dome shaped or conical thalamus with superior ovary. If the ovary is present above the all 3 whorls, then it is said to be superior ovary. Understood? And it consists of 6 orders and 34 families. 6 orders, 34 families. Dome or conical shaped thalamus and superior ovary. Disciflorae, flowers having prominent disc shaped thalamus. You see the disc shaped thalamus, right? Superior ovary. Again, I would like to say one thing here. If the ovary is present above all the 3 whorls, point number 1, it is called the superior ovary. The flower is said to be the hypogynous flower. Hypogyny. Hypo means below. Gyne, gynoecium. Below gynoecium. All the 3 whorls present below the gynoecium in a flower, then it is said to be hypogynous flower. It includes 4 orders and 23 family, students. Series 3 is Calyciflorae. It includes plants having flowers with cup-shaped thalamus. Again, I would like to recollect one point. Polypetalae, free petals. Dichlamydeous flower having cup-shaped thalamus. And with inferior and sometimes off inferior ovary. Cup-shaped. If it is free petals, if it is having free petals, dichlamydeous, then it is having inferior ovary or off inferior ovary, cup-shaped thalamus, then it is coming under Calyciflorae. Cup-shaped thalamus, you see. It includes 5 orders and 27 families. Subclass 2, Gamopetalae. Polypetalae, Gamopetalae. So naturally here, the petals are united. Petals are united. Either partially or completely fused to one another. Either partially or completely fused. Here you see completely fused with one another. Then united petal. Then here also dichlamydeous. Calyx and corolla should be distinguishable. Then it is said to be dichlamydeous. Opposite monochlamydeous. We are going to learn Monochlamydeae. Right. A flower is composed of distinct outer calyx and inner corolla are placed under Gamopetalae. Subclass Gamopetalae consists of 3 series, students. One is Inferae. The order should not be changed. Series 1 Inferae, Series 2 Enumerate, Series 3 Bicarpellate. This can be asked in one 3-mark question. Series 1 Inferae. The flowers are epigynous. Superior ovary means hypogynous, inferior ovary means epigynous. Here you can see inferior ovary. Inferior because it is present below all the three worlds. So it is called as inferior ovary. The flower is said to be epigynous flower. All the three worlds are present above. Epi means above. Gynous, above gynoecium. The infra includes 3 orders and 9 families. The numbers are very important. All these numbers can be asked in match the following question MCQ. So you should be very thorough with this. Series 2 under Gamopetalae, heteromere, the flowers are hypogynous, superior ovary, and with more than 2 carpels. More than 2 carpels. So inferior ovary, epigynous, then inferae. Superior ovary hypogynous, if the carpels are more than 2, then it is coming under heteromere. Heteromere includes 3 orders and 12 families. And here you can see the superior ovary very clearly. Right? Bicarpellate, the flowers are hypogynous, superior ovary. So it cannot be placed under heteromere. Heteromere more than 2 carpels. Here 2 carpels. 2 carpels. Bicarpellate by 2. Inferior, not inferior ovary, superior hypogynous. So under Gamopetalae, one group carries inferior epigynous, epigynous flowers. 2 other groups having superior ovary hypogynous flowers. Are you clear? So only based on the number of carpels they differ, heteromere and bicarpellate. 2 carpels, bicarpellate. More than 2 carpels, then heteromere. Are you clear? Bicarpellate include 4 orders and 24 families. Subclass 3, Monochlamydeae. In the order of Polypetalae, Gamopetalae. Subclass 3, Monochlamydeae. It is not dichlamydeous, Monochlamydeous. So calyx and corolla, the accessory whorls, non-essential whorls of a flower is not distinguishable. The plants with incomplete flowers, any one of the whorl, any one or more number of whorls may be absent in a flower, then it is called as incomplete flower. If the all 4 whorls are present, it is called as complete flower. Either apetalous, petals are absent, or with undifferentiated calyx and corolla. Here you can see the flowers are not having any differentiated calyx and corolla. Now I brought for your better understanding resinous communis castor. The picture male and female flower given in our book. You can see the perianth. Only one whorl. You cannot classify them as a calyx or corolla because it is having only one whorl. Understood? So Monochlamydeae, monochlamydeous flower, Monochlamydeae. I think now you are very clear about the classification. Right. Subclass 3 Monochlamydeae, the sepals and petals are not distinguished and they are called as perianth. Sometimes both the whorls are absent. Sometimes both the whorls may be absent. Monochlamydeae include 8 series and 36 families. Class 2 Gymnospermae. Plants that contain naked seeded plants, naked seeds, not having the outer covering, ovary, come under this class. Gymnospermae include 3 families, Bracteaceae, Coniferae, Cycadaceae. 3 more question. Here the picture given is Cycas, coming under Cycadaceae family. Class 3 Monocotyledonnae. Plants contain only one cotyledon like paddy, wheat, etc. in their seeds. Leaves with parallel venation, not with reticulate venation. Root with the fibrous root system, not with the taproot system. Flowers with a trimerous flower, but not with tetramerous and pentamerous. All these opposite characters are belonging to the dicotyledon characters. Here, trimerous flowers. The number of members in each whorl, either 3 or multiples of 3. Then it is trimerous flowers, come under this group, come under this class. Monocotyledonnae has 7 series and 34 families. Now this is the overall picture of the numbers along with the important terms, taxon names. Class 1 Dicotyledonnae having 3 subclasses. Class 2 Gymnospermae having 3 families. And class 3 Monocotyledonnae having 7 series and 34 families. 7 series and 34 families. The Monocotyledonnae should not be confused with Monochlamydeae because both start with mono. And here you see the number of series, 7 series, here 8 series. 34 families, 36 families. So you raise by 1 and here you raise by 2. Okay, you add 1, here you add 2. So your confusion is clarified here. And here the subclass 1 Polypetalae, subclass 2 Gamopetalae, subclass 3 Monochlamydeae, subclass 1 and 2 consist of 3 series. Under Thalamiflorae 6 order 34 families. Under Disciflorae 4 orders 23 families. Under Caliciflorae 5 orders 27 families. The numbers are very important, and whether they are order or for family, you should know it. Then Inferae 3 orders 9 families. Heteromerae 3 orders 12 families. No change with respect to order, but you add these 3, it becomes 12. Then you add 1 here, 4 orders under Bicarpellatae. Then you add 12. 12 plus 12, 24 families. Likewise, you should relate the number and you can remember it. If you learn it for twice in this way, you will be able to remember it for a very long period of time. The Bentham and Hooker system of classification is still supposed to be the best system of classification, student. It has been widely practiced in colonial countries. European countries colonized the other countries of the world, So all those countries under European rule are called as colonial countries. Those countries are following this method of classification, Bentham and Hooker system of classification, and also they are following it in their herbaria in their countries, right? And also still used as a key for the identification of plants in some herbaria of the world, international herbaria of the world, right? So enumerate the reason for this. Question can be asked. Very clear. This is the new trend of asking question, giving one full paragraph and finally asking the reason for it, right? And you have to write the reason, what is given behind, given below, not all these reason, all this information, okay, to that is know about the fames of the Bentham and Hooker system. Very clear. The reasons we are going to learn in the next slides can be asked in 3 more questions. Description of plant is quite accurate and reliable, because it is mainly based on personal studies of actual specimen. So this is the reason why I brought the number of days here. Actual specimens are studied, students, not the photograph or picture taken by somebody else, drawn by somebody else. No, they collected the actual specimen. 97,205 specimen they collected. Very clear. In their lifetime, it is around 64,000 days. That's all. Just imagine, all their life they dedicated their life to study the plants, actual specimens, and are not mere comparisons of known facts. As it is easy to follow, it is used as a key for the identification of plants in several herbaria of the world. This is another reason why it is followed today. Though it is natural system, this system was not intended to be phylogenetic. It is a natural system. It is not intended to be phylogenetic, bringing the evolutionary relationship between the plants, right? So this is the end of the video, students. So this is the summary of tips what we have learnt. Types of classification we learnt, under which artificial, natural and phylogenetic. We learnt artificial system and also with respect to Linnaean system of classification, and we learnt a natural system and also with respect to Bentham and Hooker system of classification. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.